Barcelona are officially the most humiliating club in Europe right now, and the worst part of it all is that we have to wear that badge proudly for one more season. What's going on, guys? ¿Cómo están? And this is going to be a video that I wasn't expecting to make. It's a video that really just had to come up because I needed to talk about this with someone. And that someone are you guys. The fact of the matter is that today the release or the confirmation of the Pjanic and Arthur swap deal has come through. And I have to say adamantly that I believe this is one of the worst deals I've ever seen in my lifetime. And granted, it's a very young lifetime, but it's the worst. I have to say, it's probably the worst thing I've ever seen. It's the worst trade, possibly, of the last 10 years. But we are not here to talk about that deal because I've repeatedly commented on it already in several videos. So if you want my opinion on that exactly, it's already up on YouTube. But today what I want to talk about is particularly Bartomeu and what Barcelona has become.
You are out of your damn little pea-sized mind. What is wrong with you? Do you have any sense at all?
Okay.
Do you have any idea how to run an office?
Yes.
Every day you do something stupider than you did the day before. And I think there's no possible way he can top that.
Okay.
But what do? You find a way, damn it, to top it. You are a professional idiot.
Hey, stop it!
I am extremely mad and disappointed at the way Barcelona has been run for the past few years. And I am personally, as a human being, as my own guy, I'm someone who's very resilient, but I will always give them the opportunity to really fix themselves, if that means being individually kind of separated from the rest. And the fact of the matter is that at Barcelona, I don't see that ever happening again for Bartomeu because he has reached a point where, for me, this move is the last straw. Building this new stadium and spending all of the money on that, and then buying players like Griezmann, Coutinho, Dembele, and not even playing them. And those things can happen, I understand that. But really, with this move, it shows the facts that Barcelona has been a team that are not necessarily good enough positioned themselves in the market to be able to get enough amount of money just before the 30th of June, and then you have to go ahead and sell one of the brightest minds in football, in Artur, for someone in return that is not even going to touch his foot. Perhaps at the moment, but future later down the road, Artur is going to 100% become the better midfielder. And I believe that right now Juventus has a great opportunity with what they currently have. But it's very sad because we're not only affecting this from a club standpoint, but for me, the thing that really makes me click and tilt is the fact that Bartomeu has probably ruined someone's life. And you perhaps, of course, are going to be here, oh, you're exaggerating. And to a certain extent, I may be. There are footballers that you're gonna get paid a lot of money and really their lives are never gonna go that bad, but you're taking away something that is way more important, that is not just something concrete, something that you can touch like money. You're taking away the dream of a player. And Bartomeu has done that, not with just Artur, he has done that with so many other players. It's so painful to watch if you see the announcement Q&A of Artur and the club. He just seems so happy. You have so many natural answers, and the one that really makes me go, oh, is the one where he says, what is your dream? What do you want to get? And he just naturally says, I'm here. That are the things that really makes me question what is Bartomeu doing, not only at the stature of a club completely, but more at the way that we're treating our players. Because this is not the first thing that has happened. For Malcolm, I was completely devastated as well, because these are guys who want to achieve something in their life, and once they have achieved that, they haven't been able to really get a shot at it, not only because they are not good enough, but because somebody else stepped in their way. If, for instance, my dream might be to create the biggest media company of football and gaming combined, which is my dream, and then I get to a spot like that, and I never really get a shot at trying to cement my position in a company like that, I'm gonna feel very terrible. I'm gonna feel depressed. Why? Because I never got the shot at even seeing if I'm good enough for it. Artur didn't know if he's gonna be good enough for Barcelona because Bartomeu stepped in his way and simply shut the door. Bartomeu really has to stay very careful because this, for me, like I said, and for many of you out there, I know it was the last straw. And for 2021 to come, he needs to remember that it's not gonna go smoothly. I'm gonna be here covering all of that, the elections and the news reporting, and we need that to actually go our way because Barcelona are not working towards being more than a club right now. They're just focusing on themselves selfishly. I understand for the sake of keeping the club alive and all of that, but more importantly, for the board that is current here, their mindset is so short-term that it's not really looking and safeguarding the future of our club in the way that we want it from sporting reasons. And that is why we've seen so many clashes right now. And now I want to tilt the argument into that way because we see Quique Setien and Eder Sarabia being completely disrespected in a way by our players. And I believe that is very, very unfair. The fact of the matter is that Quique Setien and Eder Sarabia, for some extent, have not really reached up to the levels that we wanted when they signed for Barcelona. But that is one thing individually. The other thing is that the players don't feel that they are getting the response they want from the manager and the manager is not on their side. Quique Setien has turned out to be much more of a puppet for Bartomeu than I initially anticipated, and I know a lot of you guys have so too, because he's much more kind of safeguarding the board and the success of what they ever are telling him in his ear rather than what is happening actually on the field. And that is why we see so many different weird changes where he's incorporating Griezmann for this game when it doesn't necessarily mean to be. Ricky Puig wasn't getting previous minutes before the whole Arthur debacle and similar situations just like this. And that is the worst thing, guys, because the manager is being affected in his job by the board as well, but he's in such position where he cannot act against it. And the player's only first kind of point of view has to be Quique Setien. And that is why it's very disappointing for them as well. And we're losing everything. Barcelona are in crisis because the board doesn't know how to do stuff. Then you have Quique Setien being just unable to control his players and really put his kind of sense into the team. He's not able to put his identity into the squad. And then you have the players simply not respecting the manager, not respecting the board, and then you have the players simply just not playing good enough football. All of this combined has to add for one of the worst moments in Barcelona history, and it's time for it to end. The only way for it to end, to be honest, at this current stage, is unfortunately for Bartomeu to head out the door. And I say unfortunately because you never want to see a guy get kicked out of their job, but let me tell you something. If you have a job, I expect you to do that job. My job right now in life is not currently, for instance, produce YouTube videos. No, it's graduate from college. In my sense, I feel that graduating from university is my main priority right now. And the main priority for Bartomeu should be focusing on how this club can get better, and he's not doing or realizing that job. And that is why he must pay for the consequences. He must take accountability of everything that he has caused. And he has to leave this club. Be it at the end of the season, being the one after that, I don't care. Has somebody else in the intermission or whatever, but he has to leave this club because he's shoving so many people away from it. I have received messages of people actually being afraid that they won't be able to support Barcelona anymore. Not because they don't want to feel the heat of the moment with the players and the badge and everything. No, but because they're actually just that fed up of how the way this club is run. And that is something that I can tell you, to be honest, I can relate to. Because there are moments in my life where football has really taken me by emotion, by completely. Those being the loss to Roma and Liverpool, I really felt depressed. I couldn't do anything. Then you have this moment of the trade against Arthur, Peru being knocked out of the World Cup, things like that really affect you. And I understand if those are the things that you want to do. And Bartomeu, let's be honest, you are ruining this club. So please, I'll show you where the door is. So yeah, guys, it's going to be it for right now. I just have to say this. I just had to comment about this because Bartomeu is really, really affecting everything. And when I say Bartomeu, I kind of refer to entirely the whole board of directors at Barcelona, because the ones that want their voice to be heard are not really letting themselves known, and the ones who are supposed to listen are even worse because they're just selfish speaking to themselves or between them. So yeah, that's gonna be it for right now. Hopefully you guys are looking forward to the next video, which at this stage, I don't know what's going to be. I'm still going to be commenting on the matches because I'm still going to watch them. But like I said, I want to make more videos. And perhaps let's take a break from Barcelona a moment. Let's take a break to explore individual players. Let's talk about them. Let's really get the ins and outs of this. And let's just let this breathe. Because one thing that I know, that is really, really bad is really focusing yourself into the negative. And right now we need to find positive within all of this madness. So yeah, see you on the next one. Take care. Ciao.